The title and the teaser for Episode 9 of Star Wars has just released, and everybody's so excited about seeing this movie. I was very excited about this this title and trailer because honestly, because out of laughter, out of like satire, just because this is just so funny at this point. JJ Abrams should dress up like a clown for all press junkets. I'm going to try not to laugh. Okay, so it's a good title. It's the best title they could have come up with. It's kind of more like an apology for Episode 8, right? Sorry about saying that her parents are drunks. She's really Skywalker. But of course, it's too little too late. After they butchered the Skywalker saga. After Luke just recently milked a cow and threw his lightsaber away like it was litter. They're going to disregard Episode 8 saying that Rey's parents were drunks. Or Episode 8, yeah. So even if this movie's a 10 out of 10, incredible, even if it's the best one out of all 9, that just highlights the fact that Episode 8 is still a huge plot hole in the overall overarching thing. All the 9 episodes. You got a big fucking turd and near the end, the second last movie. As I've said in previous YouTubes, Episode 8 was basically someone farting and grossing everyone out in the room. Episode 9 is going to be them trying to gracefully leave the room, hoping that, nobody smelled it or somebody didn't smell it. Just trying to, get out of there while they can and save a little bit of face. That's the best that this thing can be. Now, the problem with the rise of Rey, because that's really what it is that she already rose a lot of times. They should have called Episode 7, the Skywalker, The Force Rises, because, and the thing is, with The Dark Knight Rises, it's not like Batman was rising in the Batman Begins in The Dark Knight. No, he was falling. He was getting clobbered. He was beginning in the first one, Batman Begins, and then, Dark Knight, oh geez, life's tough, and then he finally rises. So there's kind of an arc there. But Rey just keeps rising, so, that's great, the rise of Rey. And why rise now? I mean, there's no antagonist. You already kicked his ass twice. Why rise now? So though the title is perfect in terms of it's the best title they could have had, it really is just going to add up to more empty sentiment. Just like Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Nothing awakened. There was no... It's just empty, it sounds good. It's hype. It's trying to build hype. Speaking of hype, the thing is that these franchises like Marvel, they are built on hype. That's the biggest thing they got going for them. And they killed all the hype in Episode 8. So... with no hype, it's too late to build it. And that was the big screw up when they just decided to kill all the hype. So now there's none, and too little too late. Oh, and at the end of the teaser, they got my favorite character from all of the Star Wars movies, Emperor Palpatine. You hear him laughing. And that's wonderful, and I'll probably want to see the movie just because of that. I'll download it, I won't go to see it, of course, but I'm always excited to see Emperor Palpatine. Always. Just like I was excited to see Luke. That doesn't mean The Last Jedi was any good, but I loved seeing Luke one last time. But other than getting to see my favorite character, they're not going to be able to incorporate him in any kind of sensical, meaningful way. They won't be able to explain where he's been all this time. They won't even try. They'll just put him in there. Just the same way they didn't explain how a million things happened, like how the Empire, or what are they called? The Resistance, the... First Order, how they came to power. They didn't even try to explain it. They don't try to explain anything. They just do it. So we're just going to have Emperor Palpatine. And I'm okay with that, just because this movie is a piece of shit. So sure, I'd love to see Emperor Palpatine. Hopefully they won't have Palpatine milking a cow and throwing his lightsaber away, but I guess that's more Rian Johnson, right? J.J. Abrams will just have him do something really cool that has no overall meaning at all, right? It just look cool. And the thing is, even if 1 out of a million chance that it's an amazing movie, 10 out of 10, it still is not nearly good enough to erase the damage that these idiots have already done. So it won't even matter. The Marvel equivalent would have been if they hired Rian Johnson to direct and write Ant-Man, and then in Ant-Man, he kills Thanos, right? He decides to come right in the middle of the whole thing that they're trying to build, and he kills Thanos. Okay, so then even when Infinity War comes out, people are like, well, you know, he already died. Like, this is bullshit. They pulled the wool all over our eyes. They ruined the trick. They killed the magic. It's like when you see how the guy's doing the trick. Well, it's all about the illusion and getting immersed in a world. And they've destroyed the immersion. They've destroyed the magic, the Force. They destroyed the Force. They destroyed the Jedi. They destroyed the Sith. So, like, now you want to bring them back. Okay, well, you can't just, like, destroy them and bring them back and, you know, Luke Skywalker is going to be alive now. Like, it's too late. And I don't even care if it does well. I'm not invested anymore, and I have no faith in anybody else. I knew that Force Awakens was shit when I first watched it, but everybody was going on about how it was good. I thought it was unbelievable. It was the same movie. Nobody else seemed to notice that, so they're obviously stupid. So, no, I have no investment, and it wouldn't surprise me if this movie did really well, because, again, people have they've lost it. They're all stupid and uneducated. So, who cares? But I'm just watching for the humor factor at this point, as a former devoted fan who gets to now see, with some kind of perverse enjoyment, how they're destroying their own investment, really. Even if this movie does really well, they've destroyed their investment in the long run. And that's what when they need the money. They need it in the short term as well as the long term. They're screwed in the long term. So long, Star Wars. It was nice knowing you. If you support gays, click like. If you respect blacks, comment. If you think women are people too, click the notification bell. And if you care about sick children, subscribe.